In this tutorial, I'll be breaking down how I created this ethereal CRT-inspired cover art using After Effects and Photoshop. First, I brought the Angel PNG into After Effects and applied the Retro CRT plugin by AnimAFX, which is a great plugin I've been using recently. I will leave a link to that as well as the assets used in this video in the description below. I adjusted the settings and composition until the image had the analog CRT look I wanted. Then exported a single frame as a PSD file. Inside Photoshop, I duplicated the image layer twice. On the original layer, I selected the subject and created a soft feathered layer mask to remove the background. For the first duplicated layer, I added a radial blur of 15 pixels, changed the blending mode to screen, and lowered the opacity to around 50%. For the second duplicated layer, I used a stronger radial blur of 25 pixels and placed that layer underneath the others to create a softer atmospheric glow. I erased a few parts of the original image to make it blend more seamlessly. Next, I added a texture overlay. I set the blending mode to screen and lowered the opacity to around 75%, so the texture blended naturally into the image. After that, I used a levels adjustment layer to fine-tune the contrast and brightness. You can customize this however you want depending on the mood you're going for. Then I added a gradient map for the overall color grading and introduced white highlights to push the glowing effect further. For an optional final touch, I created a black solid layer, added a layer mask, and painted white in the center of the mask. Lowering the opacity creates a subtle vignette that helps focus attention toward the subject, and that's basically the full process behind this design. Thanks for following along with this tutorial. Hopefully this breakdown gave you some useful techniques and inspiration for creating your own CRT-inspired visuals. Feel free to experiment with different textures, color grades, and blur settings to develop a style that feels unique to your work. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming tutorials and visual breakdowns.